Toronto. The day has already been very productive. I bopped around, did a bunch of work. Now we're getting a workout in. I am committed to getting back on track with things. Just considering how long I'm going to be away, it's just so important to be able to have that consistency, stick with it. So I'm going to Sweat and Tonic, but first things first, I'm going to hit a few of my favorite stores that are in the area because I just miss some of the shopping here in Toronto and in Canada. And what a better way to just enjoy yourself than browsing around before doing an upper body weightlifting class, which will feel really good. It's going to help me get back on track with my pull-ups, because if you caught last week's vlog, you saw that I am struggling without the weighted assistance machine. If I'm doing it by myself, literally nothing's happening. Like I can't even get myself to go. So that is why I'm doing an upper body weightlifting class. And I think I'm going to feel really good afterwards. It's so nice to be back. The weather's good. I packed accordingly so I don't have to feel like I have nothing to wear like I did last time. I made it home and only got wet a little bit. It is a huge thunder and lightning storm, and I forgot what that even feels like. There's just no thunder and lightning in LA, obviously. So it's actually kind of nice in some ways just to have that feeling of a thunder and lightning storm. But I did get a little bit wet. I mean, post-workout too, I'm just a little sweaty. So I'm gonna wash my hair. I did pop into Sephora, get a couple of things, but I realized I forgot shampoo and conditioner. So I didn't realize this, but they can give you samples of shampoo and conditioner. So a lovely woman at Sephora, Taylor at the Sephora at the Well, was so sweet. She talked to me about like my hair, different things I would like. So she gave me samples of shampoo and conditioner from the Moroccan oil. So I'm going to see how this works for my hair. I think I'm just going to do my usual braids to sleep in, but this is actually saving me so I can get all that sweat out of my hair after the upper body workout, which was so tough. I am humbled. I am going to have to work so much harder on my upper body strength if I want to do my 10 unassisted pull-ups, because I was doing assisted pull-ups with the elastic bands and it was almost impossible. So that was very concerning, very humbling, but the thing is I did it. Tomorrow I'm also going to do a workout. I feel like I'm really on that grind. I know that it will help me mentally just dealing with everything sort of being unstable and all over the place. I'm going to do, I think, just Pilates tomorrow, which hopefully my body will feel a little bit better for. So I'm going to get ready for bed because it's somehow already after 9 p.m. And I was thinking this, 9 p.m. in Toronto feels like 6 p.m. But 9 p.m. in LA feels like 11 p.m. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just something that I realized tonight after getting home. I thought it was earlier, and it is absolutely not earlier, and your girl needs some sleep as well. Chocolate smoothie?
Yeah. Any espresso or protein in there?
Protein.
Protein?
Yeah.
And we're doing a collagen promo, so you can get free collagen in your smoothie if you'd like.
Not on that one, but I think in the other one I'll do
Yeah,
that.
for sure. No worries. What's the other smoothie?
The other one's the vanilla with espresso.
Yeah.
And then maybe the collagen.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's good.
Okay, perfect.
Awesome. Could I have your name?
Mary.
Mary.
Thank you. My body is so sore. It's hitting me so fast. So much so that I am not doing Pilates today. We are listening to my body, my upper back, my shoulders, my chest, my collarbone, like everything, if I touch it, is so sensitive from doing that upper body workout. I genuinely am humbled. I'm so humbled by that experience that I need to clearly do more upper body, which if you've been watching the vlogs, you know I do weightlifting often enough, like pretty frequently, 3 times, sometimes 5 times a week. But maybe I need to be targeting things a little bit differently or doing a bit more of like a mixture of things. It could also be because I'm going to be getting my period soon. I am in my luteal phase. So my muscles, my energy, everything is low, which is just so fun to be on the road, traveling all over the place and feeling low. But as you can see, I am staying at my friend's home, which is truly the most beautiful home. It is such a delight, a pleasure to be here. First off, to have space to just exist rather than be in a small hotel room or, you know, with my family, which is so lovely, but it is busier when you're in a home with multiple people. And the timing just worked out perfectly. My friends are away on a trip, and so we are house sitting for them basically, but enjoying this beautiful home. It is honestly so stunning. Their decor taste, their style, everything. I'm like, how do I copy and paste this for my home, for my apartment in LA? It's honestly just so beautiful. So being here feels extra special, though I do miss them dearly. They just had a baby and I wish I could spend time with them and their little baby. But I'm glad that they're having a great trip and I'm glad that we can house sit. And so since I'm taking it easy, I have just been listening to my body. I did do a very fun first time experience today. I went to Actual Body in Toronto, which is a new med spa here in the city. And I did something that I've never done. I've never done like a lymphatic drainage. I've never done any like fat focused reduction treatments. I have had a bit of a journey with my weight over the past couple of years, mostly because of hormones, my favorite thing, and fluctuating anywhere from 15 to 30 pounds because of hormones, eating, inflammation, and in the last year, sticking with the AIP diet and really being diligent about how I'm taking care of my body. Sleeping more has been a huge thing for helping me maintain a healthy body weight and body size. But there's obviously, as we all know, in women in our 30s or just in general, there's always like 1 or 2 areas that feel a bit frustrating. And so I went to do a treatment for basically my body abdomen contouring, which is not a lymphatic drainage massage, but they use acoustic wave therapy. So it's like an ultrasound machine in a way where it's not the same ultrasound that you would have if you were going to a doctor's. It's lower frequency. And they use that to help basically disrupt your fat cells in your body in that targeted area. And then the woman I saw, Sonia, was phenomenal. She gave like a little massage after to just help encourage blood flow, encourage digestion, and getting like everything flushed out of your system. And we did like the measurements, photos before and after. And let me tell you, seeing before and after photos of you 360, also a humbling experience. I'm like, didn't need to see my body at all those angles, especially because I'm really not that tanned. I did not get a lot of sun this summer, but I did end up losing 1/2 inch of my waistline basically from this treatment. And then she did say it'll take probably around 3, maybe 5 days to see any other differences. But the cool thing about this that's different than lymphatic drainage is once those fat cells have been broken down, that's it. As long as you maintain your health and your diet and things like that, they won't come back. Whereas like lymphatic drainage, obviously once you flush things out, your body can then start to store things up again. And it's sort of like a repeating cycle, where this ideally is not a repeating cycle as long as you maintain the same diet and lifestyle, which we know I'm always working on. So I am interested to see how this feels. And so that the next time I'm in Toronto, I can go back and get some more treatment. They do a lot of other really cool treatments, and they do one that is targeted for pain therapy. And I was like, I probably need that for my migraines, my back pain, anything else I'm going through. So I'm definitely interested to see how the results are. I will obviously keep you posted and then decide if I'm going to make a trip back sooner than later to get another treatment. But for the rest of the day, I'm taking it easy. I am like 5 pages away from finishing my book, Dream Count. So hopefully I'm going to finish that. maybe start a new book. I do have some freelance work. I'm onboarding a bunch of new freelance clients, which is actually so exciting. I feel like having the purpose of working with more clients is very encouraging for me in the second act and feeling very purposeful. I'm someone who likes to have purpose. Even though this afternoon into this evening, my purpose is to recline and take it a bit easy between doing a little bit of work and reading. I have a couple books on my Kobo, so I'm going to see which one is calling my name to get into next. Good morning to a very gray, rainy day here in Toronto, which kind of feels nice because it really does feel like fall. I feel like I'm actually getting my fall feeling and vibe that I've been looking for. The rain is not ideal necessarily, but we will take it. And as you can tell, my face is so puffy. I think the eating out and just being on the go for the past 8 days is catching up with me. The swelling is real, and I'm in my luteal, so I'm not flushing things out as best as I should. So I really am going to think about what I can do today, if I can get like a tea or something to help flush things. I think dandelion tea helps your liver, and I do also think it'll help with getting rid of any inflammation from the little massage, the treatment I had yesterday, just to encourage more flushing of just like everything in my body, because she's holding on to things. But I'm enjoying my lovely breakfast. Staying at my friend's place has been so nice. We had dinner in last night and caught up with some other friends that are also friends of this home. So it was nice to all be together, minus the homeowners, because we do miss them. And I am trying again to give myself a bit of a break today, because I do have some new things that I'm working on in terms of just client work, which as I'm looking into the fall, I'm like, Q4 is still a big time. Turns out I'm still locking in for Q4. So I'm doing a little bit of planning today to forecast what I need to get organized for my Q4, because I do have some other fun trips happening in October and a huge trip happening in November. So I do feel I have to be extremely just clear on what I need to be doing for the fall and where my energy needs to go, and listening to my energy to make sure that I'm not burning myself out or pushing myself too hard. So I'm going to eat my breakfast. I have a call, do a little bit of work, kind of lock in, and hopefully this face will depuff. Like, I just genuinely do not want to feel this puffy, and like my eyes feel huge in my face. But I did start a new book last night, and I want to get a couple more chapters in before I talk about it, because I want to make sure that it's actually something that's substantial and of interest, and then I can share. I did finish Dream Count. I thought it was a really good book. A little bit of trauma because it talks about the pandemic, so maybe not ideal for everyone, but I did like Dream Count. I'll make sure that I update my Fable, so if you follow me on Fable, you'll see that book there in my rating, my review. And hopefully I get some time today to read as well, because a rainy day just feels like Gilmore Girls, hot tea, coffee, maybe a hot chocolate, and a good book. I take back what I said about I miss the rain. It's been so long in LA without rain. I am a drowned rat. I got completely drenched despite even having an umbrella. My socks were soaked through, my shoes were soaked through, and I guess the good thing was I was going to a hot Pilates class, so I was just going to be sweating anyways, but literally drenched. Like my hair, don't even want to talk about it, don't even want to think about it, and I was trying to get video. Obviously, I was like, oh, the studio's so cute from the outside. I could not risk even like pulling out my phone to get video because it was torrential downpour, but the class was really good. It was nice to do a hot Pilates. I haven't done like a hot mat Pilates in actual years, like probably pre-pandemic. And even then that wasn't like a common thing. It was mostly, I think there was like one hot yoga Pilates like mix that I used to try to do. So it felt good. My upper body is still not feeling great from the workout the other night, but we are persevering, we are moving through. And I realized I did something so fun. I am doubling up on a workout today. So I'm actually doing Pilates this evening with the Second Act community here in Toronto. So there's a bunch of girls that are based in Toronto and a few of them are available tonight to do a Pilates class. So we figured we got to do it. We are in the same city together and it'll be fun to actually connect in real life and not just on Discord, on our little group chat in the Second Act community. So we are meeting up in person to do that, but I'm hoping that it's kind of, because it's like a foundations class, it's more beginner, light, intermediate. I'm hoping, really fingers crossed, that I do not hurt myself or just like basically exhaust myself from doing all of the workouts and doubling up. But I also do know that if I just don't feel like it, I'm just going to lie down. I'm just going to go into child's pose, be like, this is good enough on the reformer for me, is just stretching and laying out. But I do not miss the rain. I do not miss public transit. Also failed me. I know if you live in Toronto, you understand the TTC, which is our Toronto Transit Commission, I think is what it stands for. It's our public transit line. It was not great today. I had to get off like 2 different routes and then I had to end up walking 3 blocks in the torrential downpour. And I'm just gonna let all of this just be. It's like kind of weird, kind of not great, but I'm gonna let it be until Pilates, after Pilates, decide if I wanna wash it. The shampoo that I got, let's talk about the shampoo I got at Sephora. It is the Moroccan oil. It's supposed to be good for dry hair, even thick hair. It is not great for my hair. It actually feels like my hair feels like so heavy and so greasy. Like even just how it's laying is so heavy right now. And this is 2 days after washing my hair. So that's kind of concerning because it feels so dirty and so heavy to the point where like even when I normally go 7 days without washing my hair, it never feels like this. So I guess if anything, it's just proof that my Oribe Gold Dust shampoo and conditioner, like the very expensive one that I only buy once a year, is 100% worth it because it just never does this. And it makes me remember all of the other shampoos I've used over the years. And I've never really loved my hair because it just gives it like a grease and a weight to it. So I think so much of good hair really is your shampoo and conditioner, which really just means a lot of trial and error, which is never fun because it's costly. But now the hack is you can go to Sephora and ask for a sample. So that's how you can find out. You can just get a sample of what you want to try and see if it works. So I'm just going to lean into being a little drowned wet rat before I head to Pilates. Maybe read a couple chapters. I know all I'm doing right now is just like reading because it's what I really want to be able to do. I do have a couple more work things, but just trying to romanticize the little moments of life. That is so much why I am here on YouTube, is to slow down, be more present in my real life, romanticize those little moments. Out to go have a little solo time to enjoy myself, bop around. There's a couple of thrift stores nearby that I want to pop into and see if there's more fall-esque items that I can get here rather than trying to find like a trench or a different oversized blazer in LA. I feel like that's just a bit harder to find. I also want to compare the pricing of thrifting in Toronto versus thrifting in LA and see which one is the most unreasonable. But I'm just wearing a very casual outfit. It's kind of cool, so I figured the blazer would be a nice layering look. I am wearing a tank top underneath in case miraculously the sunshine comes out. And I have my new bag. You guys know that this is my new leather cutie, and I'm actually so obsessed. She has been my go-to this whole trip. Like, I actually have been carrying her around every day because I can fit everything in here. I have my Kobo and my notebook in case I want to stop and get a coffee and do some journaling and just enjoy myself. I feel like I've been so busy the past 8-10 days of being here that I just need a couple hours of no plans, nothing going on, just time for myself. Double date night. I've had such a lovely afternoon. I just needed that time alone. I could probably do it again for another day or two, but we'll see if that's possible. We're heading out for a little double date with some friends of ours. And you know the top. You already know the top. She's cute. She's going to be worn. The jeans, you also know the jeans. You know the bag. But you know what? When you have a good look, like when you just can put this on and I just feel good. I feel cute. I don't feel so luteal bloated because you can't really tell, which is also a big success, is just not feeling overly like disgusted with my body in the luteal low. So the oversized shirt, the loose jeans, the high waist jeans definitely helps. And I feel like it's just a good, cute look. Something that makes me feel confident. I think having a couple go-to looks that are good for date night or dressing up is something I have missed, probably because of the pandemic, and I really haven't gone back into putting a little bit more effort into getting dressed. But you know, that's what I'm doing in my second act. I'm having more fun getting dressed, and this feels like a very Mary coded, very me uniform for going out. And that is part of my fall curriculum, is coming up with a little bit of a second act uniform or a couple of pieces, a couple of looks that are very just like Mary coded that I know I can rely on in this second act in my mid-30s, because I am not a 22-year-old girl anymore. So dressing my age, dressing for the season I'm in, and this is probably going to be one of them. So you will see this time and time again, as you know, we tend to do here on YouTube. Outfit repeater, creature of comfort. And I actually did a little eyeliner. I picked up some eyeliner at Sephora. I caved and got something I didn't need, but I wanted it. I actually think it looks really cute. I don't normally do eyeliner. I usually will do like a shadow to give this sort of effect, but this is a brown eyeliner from Rare Beauty, and I really think that it was a good purchase. Something I will definitely wear, even just like daytime. I don't have to do it just in the evenings, but just adding a little bit more to my makeup. Again, trying new things, trying to level myself up in my mid-30s.